Welcome to the Global Peace Film Festival Lives Online 2021 Festival Edition. Please check out the Global Peace Film Festival website, peacefilmfest.org, for events throughout the year and for updates about the upcoming September festival. Please join me, Kelly Devine, Artistic Director, and Nina Strike, Executive Director, as we welcome Nicolas Neuhold, the filmmaker behind Faleminderit, which is part of the 2021 program. Welcome, Nicolas. We're
Hello.
so pleased to have you with us. You're our first Luxembourgian filmmaker. So this is being a global film festival. We love ticking off and putting new flags in our map. So thank you for that. And
Thanks
please
for having me.
you're welcome. So please tell our audience a bit about your film, which makes a compelling case for the powerful use of chocolate in diplomacy.
Well, my movie, and let me just quickly say thank you for choosing my film and for sharing it with your audience. My film is set in 1921. The title Faleminderit is very unusual to most people, and I don't really want to reveal it here because it's part of the movie what it means. So you will find out if you choose to see the film what this word means. In 1913, Albania became independent. They have been part of the Ottoman Empire for a couple of hundred years. And the problem with that was, while they had become independent, it wasn't clear where the borders of the country were going to be. And all the neighboring countries either wanted a part or wanted to make sure that the other neighbors didn't get too much influence. So this was a tricky conversation. And this question was therefore sent to the Paris Conference of Ambassadors, which started in 1913. But this conference would go on for several years. The Paris Conference of Ambassadors, these weren't the highest ranking diplomats anymore to deal with these issues. These were just the ambassadors of the different countries that were present in Paris. And it was hosted by the foreign minister of France. The whole conference got interrupted and delayed by World War I. And in 1921, I found this anecdote that is portrayed in the movie, where a Luxembourgish border commissioner, together with two other border commissioners, was sent to the area to look at the area, to look for solutions of where to place the border. And they split up even to cover more ground, and there are a lot of things happening that of course we needed to combine to tell a story. But usually the most unbelievable things that you will see in this movie are actually true.
So what attracted you to this sweet story, and what is the story's relevance to today?
So the story was told to me by an Albanian historian. His name was Fatos Pashaku, and he came across this anecdote. So he was an Albanian historian who knew everything about Albania, and he had a great heart, and he had many stories, and he shared this story with me when I met him, and I researched it further. And when I found that it was that at one point there was a Luxembourger involved, I knew that I might have a chance to make this movie, because of course this is a Luxembourgish movie, and the Film Fund Luxembourg has a very strong support scheme to tell stories. So unfortunately, 10 days before we were to shoot the film, Fatos passed away, so he never got to see the film. And the movie is also dedicated to his memory, and I think the film turned out quite nicely. So I wouldn't be surprised if he watched over us in the making of the film. He did still read the script and several versions of it, and he gave me his notes. But yeah, he never got to see the film. The relevance of the movie, I think the story in it is timeless. It is a story of diplomacy, of people listening and talking to each other. And yeah, I think talking and listening are the most important things in any kind of relationships, be it political or personal. It's important that we keep an open mind and try to find solutions that work for everybody.
I think that's a great message to spread. In making the film, as you said, this was not a well publicized or a much discussed aspect of this process. Did anything surprise you about your researches or actually making the film?
I mean, the details that are available about this time, it was quite amazing. I mean, I only came across 5 books which gave me more information. But for example, I came across this huge book which actually had a summary of each meeting of the Conference of Ambassadors. And these conferences, they talked about many issues, not just Albania, but many issues concerning world matters. And there were, I believe, over 600 meetings over the period 1913 to 1926. And yeah, so this material is available, and there are certainly many little things in there that nurtured the texture of this story.
It definitely shows. It's a beautifully executed film. And just to tie it back to the festival a bit, our festival is concerned with introducing ideas and stories to people so that they will take action, positive action, towards creating a more peaceful and just world. Do you have any, suggestions or ways that you thought about the film in relation to that mission?
I think listening again, listening is crucial, and maybe in the modern world, getting off your phone, just interact with real people. As you will see in my movie, they did find a solution in the end, and nobody ever looked at their phone. I think that's quite crucial.
So, just to wrap up, what's next for you, and how can our audiences support your work?
Well, if somebody wants to shoot me a message, I'd be very happy to hear from them. We have a Facebook page, Faleminderit movie. So if you've seen the film and love to get in touch, I would very much like to hear you. If you come across a story that you think, wow, I'd like him to tell this story, I'd love to hear it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Nicolas. This has been a delightful discussion, and I think anyone who watches your film will be delighted and rewarded. It is a charming film, but there is great depth in it, and as we've discussed, messages that are still very relevant to today. And thank everyone who's watched this particular conversation. Please be sure to check out the Global Peace Film Festival website, peacefilmfest.org, for our year-round program, and especially for our upcoming September 2021 programming information. Follow us on social media, and please consider joining our mailing list. And we will see you at the next Glow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Gentlemen, please. As long as we do not decide the borders, Albania's neighbors will continue to make advances on the territory.
I'm the cartographer.
What do you mean by Serb ghost? But Albania.
Oh, yes. Albania.